Okay, I'm gonna turn the volume up on my microphone a little bit, and hopefully this can handle the dynamic range that I use with my voice all clear start.
Here I go.
Rip Dan. Off to a great start here. Rip Dan.
Oopsie.
Rip Dan.
No. Was there ever any doubt?
That's incredible. Trying to account for the fact that Mi Madre is working right outside my door. So. Hopefully it's like loud enough to be picked up by my software, my microphone,
Oopsie.
without being so, you know, obnoxiously loud that I'm peaking. Because I had a bit of a problem with the last thing that I recorded where it's like where I would go up into my lower register and I would do a bit of like a soft talk, you know, that kind of thing. I would get lost in the audio. So Pink is gonna counter that initial chain. Lots of bulk on the left-hand side on Dan's board. Lots of bulk on the left-hand side on Pink's board. Pink's gonna set off something. It's a 6. A 5 from Dan. Dan seemed to have the upper hand at the beginning of the round. Until, you know. Alright, Pink using that bulk on the left-hand side to set off a harassment chain. The follow-up, Dan's completely blocked off. As we know, Dan is a pure stairs main. And the problem with stairs is that it's flatness in terms of the build with like very little jaggedness in terms of like unevenness and building up the chain. It makes it difficult to adapt stairs for tanking damage. Alright, so Pink is popping the green on her trigger. I think Pink might want to consider those moments where she pops the trigger Puyo, like the key Puyo. You know, like a key Puyo that you would need in order to set off the chain. When she does that, to just set the rest of the extension off as a harassment. Well, I guess the problem is doing that against an opponent who knows you're going to do that. Which happens a lot. Well, Pink actually has like a little bit of a tail with the reds. I hope those reds on the left-hand side on columns 1, 2, and 3. I hope they don't go anywhere. Famous last words, Dusty. Because as we all know, if it's a chain I want to see come out, it never does. Okay, so it's coming out. I'm happy. Unfortunately... Oh! I didn't expect that. I was about to say, like, the reds were in the wrong position. Like, the red was underneath a blue, and the blue never popped, so it didn't actually tail in the way that I thought it would. But it did tail! I love to see that. I was about to be stressed out. For a moment I thought Pink had built a GTR. I would have freaked. Now Dan happily building stairs.
Here it comes! Scorch! Here I go.
Getting the pieces to set off his main stairs tail chain. Something cuts in the middle there. Wasn't expecting that.
Here it comes!
So
Scorch!
Pink setting off this power, this follow-up for is not going to make it easier for Dan to come back from that. For match point, we have an all-clear start. Pink setting off a 2-chain for her all-clear start. Dan just setting off the 1. I figured that's not the way Pink had intended to rotate that piece earlier. Getting an impromptu extension with those double greens. Seeing, I'm not sure what Dan was building on that right there. Pink takes a clean 7-0 off Dan. Progresses through loser's bracket. Congratulations. Thanks so much for playing, Dan. And we will be going on to the next one.